Are we live?
We are live. Look at that. Hi, everybody.
Live! Hanging out with Mad Mimi. Amazing. Welcome, everyone, to our hangout. This is
Ooh.
our try number 2 for our very first hangout due to some technical difficulties earlier, which I apologize for. But we're here, and I hope you're watching, and I hope that you are excited because we're going to talk about the dashboard today. My name is Mira, and this is Becca.
Hi.
And we are just exploring some other formats for sharing Mimi love and talking about Mimi. And so let us know what you think about this one.
I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can see my dashboard as we talk through the dashboard. I'm going to do that now.
Awesome. Let's see it.
Hooray.
So we thought that the dashboard was a good place to start for our Hangouts because it is your Mad Mimi homepage. Once you have an account and you log in, you get to your dashboard. And that's what you see. It looks like this.
Cool. And now something that's really cool is if you're the kind of person who has a ton of different email newsletters like I do, you'll see them all listed here in your main dashboard area and also on the right-hand sidebar here. And if you want to go through and track down an older promotion you sent, you can click on any of the promotions or their checkboxes to have it displayed here with the bigger view with all of your stats and the titles and everything like that. And if you want to go back to your regular list, just click Show All like that.
I'm just going to interrupt you, Becca, really quickly. I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention the Q&A button. So if anyone who's watching, if you have any questions, just pop them in there, and we get to see those, and then we can answer those. So if we say something that doesn't make sense, or if you just have another question about something, then just hit that Q&A button, and we'll get them answered. Okay, back to you, Becca.
Yay. Okay, so something else that comes in really handy with this little sidebar is it helps you actually organize your promotions into different groups. So for example, if you send a ton of promotions a week or a ton of promotions a month, you can actually organize these into folders. So let's say that these top 3 promotions were all sent in June, and I want to add them to a June folder. I'll just click on the first one and drag it up over another one. And once I do that, Mimi knows I want to create a group. So we can title this one June Sends. And then you can click and drag any other promotion that you sent in June to show in that folder. Something else that's great. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
A cool thing about the folders is if you click on that folder, you can see that there are numbers to the right of it that tell you which, or tell you how many Those numbers tell you how many promotions are in that group, and then if you select some of them, it'll show you how many are selected out of the total in that group. And if you search using that search field right above that says search promotions, you can put in any kind of text or keyword that you like, and it'll show how many promotions within that group match that search. So it's kind of a very powerful, tiny little trick on the dashboard.
It's super duper fun. Something else that's cool about the checkboxes is you can select a couple of different promotions, and you can click this compare button over here to sort of see how well each of them performed when you sent the mail. So we've compared these 2 promotions here, and we can see that one of them did a bit better than the other one in terms of views and sends. And if you want to see more detailed stats, of course you can click this stats button next to either of those sends to see the details themselves. Something else that you can do is you can share your promotion. So if you want to share it to people who aren't on your email list, for example, on Facebook or on Twitter, you'll click this share button here, and you'll have a few different options: Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn. And you can this way you can like the promotion on Facebook, and people who are your friends on Facebook will see the newsletter, and they might think to themselves, oh, that seems really cool. I'd love to get that in my inbox, and they'll sign up. So it's a great way to sort of talk people into sort of maybe joining your list or paying more attention to your newsletters. It's a great way to gain subscribers. And you can also grab the web URL here at the bottom if you want to paste that into a Facebook status, or even maybe use it in your personal email signature so people can see the other things that you have available for them.
Yeah, that's a permanent link directly to the web version of that email that will always go directly to that email, and whatever the version of that email is. So once you send it, it's a good idea not to edit that, but you can always link directly to it using that URL. And we have a download PDF option right there, as you can see underneath the social options, which is very cool. You don't have to now go through a third party or a web service or anything like that. Just click that PDF button and it'll download a PDF file of that promotion for you.
Yep. And so I want to take a look here at this stats totals area. This is a combined total of every time you send this newsletter. This will be every send altogether combined. So if you sent it, 100 times, 200 times, and 66 times, then it'll all add up to 366 here, like in the top. But if you wanted to see each of the individual stats for each different time you sent it, you can click this stats button down at the bottom here. And once the page loads, you'll see the most recent send, and you'll have the option to view other sends from before that in this See All Sends area over here. This particular send only went out once, but if you had other sends for a certain promotion, you would see each of them listed here in this Compare Mailings page. But so it's a good thing to remember that the main stats totals on the front page here is every different time you've sent it, all combined.
Yeah. And another thing you can do is schedule your sends. Instead of just hitting that send button and having the email go out immediately, you can click on that little clock button that Becca is over right now, and you can schedule it to send in the future at any time you want. And it's important to remember that there are 3 steps to scheduling a promotion, so you have to go through all 3 of them. The first one is when. When do you want to schedule it for? So we're going to send this tomorrow at noon. You can type it in exactly like that. Mimi's pretty smart, and she'll know what you're talking about. The time zone is based on whatever your account setting is. So if something's not working or looks funky, just hit that account button at the top, and you can check your time zone settings. And so once you decide when you want to send it, just hit that orange Continue button. And then you get the who. So this is your audience. What lists do you want to send it to? Do you want to send it to individual people as a test? Just decide. This is just exactly like sending a regular promotion, but you're doing it for the future. And you can even see as you're moving through these steps, also on the right, you get a little summary preview. So you can see that it's scheduled for tomorrow, which is the 26th at noon. And since this account is set to Central Time, that shows you that as well. And it shows you what you've selected in terms of who you're going to send it to. So once you have the who ready, just hit that Continue button again, and you get to the third step, which is your final step, your mailing details. This is how your from displays, what the from name and the from email address shows up as, what your subject line is, and your social share options. So you can tick any of those social platform buttons to include that button at the top of your email. So if it's a Facebook, then somebody can click it and like it, which is another really great way to get a lot of traction to your emails and get people sharing it and just get exposure. So then that's your third step. You've gone through all 3 of those steps, and you hit that orange schedule button, and you get one more chance to check everything out and make sure it looks good on your little summary right before you send it. So you can just double check, and you hit the orange button again. Looks good, schedule it, and you're actually sent back to your dashboard. The way that you can tell that it's successfully scheduled is that clock button is turned red. So it's a great way to be able to just see right from your dashboard what emails have been scheduled, which ones aren't, and it's a double check to make sure that it's successfully done. Because if you skipped one of those steps, or if you got distracted in the middle, that button won't turn red if it's not actually scheduled to send.
And something else that is useful, if you schedule a lot of mailings, if you sort of sit down on one Monday and put together 10 different emails and schedule them all for the upcoming weeks, an easy way to see all of them in one page is to click this Scheduled button on the top here. And this way you can see all of your mailings on one page together. You can check out the subject line, the date, the time, and you can also edit or delete a scheduled mailing. So if you put together too many or not enough, you can check that all out on this page here.
Yep.
Something else that's super fun to do is to clone your promotion. For example, if you wanted to send this one again, but you don't want those stats to be all combined in the same area here, or if you wanted to use this one as a template and just add new content to it when and leave the original intact, you would click this little sheep icon here. And when you do that,
it's a sheep.
Just like Dolly, first cloned animal. So now you have the option to clone your promotion, like a sheep, into either your own account, or if you have the multi-user feature set up, you can clone it into one of the user accounts, the child account. But for now, we'll clone it into the account we're working in. And now you'll see that Mimi has made an exact copy of the previous promotion. Now, when Mimi makes a clone, she'll either add a new number to the end of your promotion, or she'll update it. So you'll see this first one was called the 405, and the clone is now called the 406. So that helps to differentiate between the original and the copy.
Right. If it had just been called Maids Premiere, then the clone would then be called Maids Premiere 1. But since this already has a number, Mimi just automatically increments that number. Oh, and if you have drip campaigns enabled, and we do want to do a hangout about drip campaigns, so if you're interested, stay tuned. But if you do have drip campaigns enabled, you can clone a promotion directly into a drip campaign, which is great if you've created a promotion and then you want to turn that into maybe a welcome email or a email course or something like that. You can clone, and it'll give you, if you have that enabled, it'll give you that option as well, which is neat.
Cool. So I think that is just about it for the dashboard. I think we've gone through most of the things, but again, if you have any questions, you can feel free to type them into that little sidebar. And I think that's about it, right?
I think so. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and let us know what you thought. Let us know if you have questions. You can always pop into our live chat or email us at support@madmimi.com. And that's it. Thanks. Oh, and you can always get this on our YouTube channel as well.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.